Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another We Don't Know What the Fuck This Is, sent in by you, the fans, to lifesaglitchtv@gmail.com, Mr. Maximus Mike.
Yes.
Hit me up with the sound of trying to get some fish and chips, but they're fucking 90% breaded and 10% fish.
Can I just get some fish with my chips? Please? Please. I mean, look at this. I bit into this, and it's 2% fish and 98% batter.
We've all been there. It's happened
if you're on
to
the East
all of
Coast,
us.
for sure.
If you're on the East Coast, for sure.
Yeah.
Shit gets real. I was struggling to try to come up with a fucking sound there.
It's okay.
That was...
It's okay.
That was... These names, these games have been not giving me a lot to work with. Down here at the bottom right, we have Motuka. Sorry, in the top left, we have Fishman. I think the last fish-related meme that we did was a Kanye meme. I didn't want to double up on it, so I had to think quickly to come up with that. But it's true. There's nothing worse than a fish and chips when you get it, and it looks good, and then you bite into it, and it's literally like 90% batter. The shit's terrible.
You know what Fishman reminds me of? Fishman reminds me of sort of where we're at in the superhero space when it comes to these movies and stuff.
Fishman.
We have scraped, we have done all of the stories on all of the main superheroes 16 different times, and all the other side characters and stuff. Now we're diving into heroes like Fishman. You know, that's where we're at right now. It was like in some sort of comic back in the 90s, made one small appearance. Suddenly, you know, 2 people know about this character, and now they're going to make a Disney Plus show about Fishman or something. And I ain't watching it.
That does sound like, you know, I talked about this actually, or something similar with my stream before I left on the honeymoon, and I was just, you know, I think it was regarding, what was the movie that just came out
Thunderbolts?
here? The Thunderbolts.
Yep.
And I mean, I know nothing about like that, like any of those, and I was just like, man, like, so where are we right now in the pantheon? Like, what do we got left in the tank here? You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, how far into the roster are we going to be digging here pretty soon to come up with anything? And then the discussion was always around, you know, for people who are deep into comics, you know, they're going to know a lot of these characters still easily. But for most people, it's like, you know, if it wasn't part of the original Marvel run, and even some of them were already stretching it a bit, and they, you know, it wasn't but for the graces of the, you know, the actors and the movies themselves kind of bringing them into a spot where everyone gave a fuck about them. It feels like we're reaching.
Oh yeah. Oh, we've been reaching. I mean,
like
I did
Fishman. It literally sounds like something we could be seeing.
Yes. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy really worked, and those were like kind of unknown characters for the, you know, general populace. But you know, now like Thunderbolts, like there's a bunch of characters in there that, like, I went and saw Thunderbolts. I actually didn't hate it. I think I gave it like a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's one of the better, more grounded, with a decent message. It was some good hand-to-hand combat. It had more of a Winter Soldier vibe to it than it did your standard stuff. So I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. But yeah, that's just, I don't know. I'm so turned off by superhero movies at this point. They're not really doing it for me. I don't necessarily get excited about going to see them. I did see Sinners, and that shit was fire. That movie is infinitely better than fucking Thunderbolts. That was like,
I did hear good things about that. Yeah,
dude. I mean, you know what my favorite movie is? From Dusk Till Dawn. It's my favorite movie of all time. This is like a black version of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh,
it literally is. It is From Dusk Till Dawn with primarily black actors and actresses. Like, don't get it twisted. They're you know, white characters and other ethnicities, but it really truly felt like a black From Dusk Till Dawn. In IMAX, it was filmed for on IMAX cameras. The visuals, the music, oh my god. The movie is fire.
Who directed it?
Ryan Coogler. who also did,
that's
you
a
know,
name
Black
I feel
Panther,
like I haven't heard.
And,
I haven't heard in that since both
he's
then,
done a ton of stuff with Michael B. Jordan. But anyway, it's great. I highly recommend it for anybody that's watching the cast right now. There it is. We got a little attack from Fishman. And, well, he's going to have enough lings here to clean up this little attack. Doesn't do a whole lot, and this is actually going to make Fishman very vulnerable right now. He is, shall I say, out of water, and pretty soon he's not going to be able to breathe.
Very well done. I was going to go with the Magic Carp reference, but you've done an even better service.
Thank you.
Instead.
Thank you.
I mean, there's I'm still jet lagged fuck right now. People haven't figured this out like 3 casts deep. I am in a different universe right now.
It's
I was
okay.
up for, well, I shouldn't even say jet lag. I don't really jet lag that hard, but I was up for like over 24 hours and I'm still fucking coming back from the brink. Fishman though, despite floundering, managed to hold that relatively well. That was a lot of lings. That could have gone a lot worse. Speaking of a lot of lings, 30 more instantly in production for Matuka, who is clearly getting ready for this counter here
like
from
that,
these Hellions.
I like the ling play. He's just getting a shit ton more lings to be able to clean up all this and do another counter. And look at that, bringing down the Marines. They're just going to get picked off, but yep, there it is. So they're going to go down, and here's going to be another counter. He's going to lose. He's going to be forced to lift off this. I'd already be doing it right now because he's going to lose every single SCV here. He's only got 1 bunker, 1 Marine, and half a Dream. The other ones are dying. He needs to get inside there. I would actually just go right up into the base if he's not going to wall this off. And everything is good. This might be the end of the game.
Yeah, this is not looking good. If this isn't the end of the game, Fishman has got a seriously uphill battle to fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know how you would get out of this right now. Well, he's going to be able to torch a lot of these, but at the same time, I'm just looking for the next round of lings to go into production. Matuka's got 1,100 minerals and easily can produce more if he wants. I think he's probably waiting to see if Fishman's just going to leave the game right now because we're not seeing there it is, 22 more lings in production. We do have an armory going down here for Fishman, but like, what are you going to do to get out of this one alive? You have to hold this wall. That's the only thing you have left.
You don't.
This wall has to hold.
Yeah, I don't.
And you have to hope that Fishman, or not Fishman, sorry, Matuka doesn't tech on the other side. And unfortunately for Fishman, the Spire just went down.
Yeah, the Spire went down. I mean, what exactly can he go here? Like, if you get Thors, he's just going to have a lot of lings. It ain't going to work out. Yeah, he's got a bunch of fire bats. They're going to be great against Zerglings. But unfortunately for him, the tech switch has already happened, like you just said. The Spire is there. He's got 3 hatcheries. He's starting to drone up a little bit now. I'd like to see him drone a little bit heavier. Now he knows what his opponent is going. So unless the only way I can see Fishman coming up ahead here is if he were to counter attack right now and he were to catch Matua basically droning like crazy, and then he could at least kill this third. But I think him moving out right now would be extremely risky. But at the same time, he at least needs to scan. Whoa! Just canceled he canceled the Spire. After seeing all of those...
What?
He just saw the Hellbats. Why would he cancel the Spire?
And go into a Roach Warren. Okay. Well.
Huh.
That I don't know how else to say it. That kind of allows Fishman a window back into this game, Mr. Black. Where there was no window.
Yeah.
There has now been a window placed. That's a lot of Hellbats against a lot of lings that will die very quickly against all those Hellbats.
Yes.
Roaches will help, but he's going to need to get those numbers up and quick. And Blue Flame having just finished on top of all of that. I mean, Fishman's looking pretty good, and he scans and he doesn't see the Spire anymore. He's going to be thinking to himself,
oh, the Mutas. He needed the Mutas. The Mutas was game over. The Mutas was game over. He's only been getting lings. Yeah, he's got some roaches coming out as well. All right, it's
not
still
enough.
This is quite a bit of units. Let's just see if he can make it happen, man. These lings are going to get melted quick.
Oh boy, the upgrades are going. There's the Blue Flame going to work.
Oh
my god.
No shot. Did he just do this?
Just walked in the front door.
No
didn't
way.
knock. left his shoes on, and as we've said before, drank the milk straight from the carton out of the fridge.
I mean, it's not over.
Matuka, Fishman. It's not over, but
No.
you know what? That has done enormous amounts of damage there to the Zerg, completely getting rid of the army. There's still Hellbats here.
Yeah.
If he just focused on some drones, he could get some drone kills here, but he's just... he could have got, like, probably 8-10 drone kills there instead of focusing on those roaches. But that was a lot of work. There's more Hellbats there. They've got Blue Flame. We've got the roaches, but at the same time, I mean... Man, a game that was clearly Matuka's has just become a bit more of a question mark, Mr. Black.
Oh, it's definitely a question mark now. 72 supplied to 90. He's pulling up here with roaches, but there is still quite a bit of ground units here for Fishman. He wants the roaches to come in, and he needs to spread out those roaches if he wants to take this attack. That's a whole lot of Hellbats doing a whole lot of damage, and more of them are coming out, and he cleans up that army very quickly. Is he going to go down there and counter? I wouldn't do it, because by the time you get down there, he's going to have a whole lot of units waiting for you. I think at this point, you throw down another command center, which is what he's doing. You start to get your third, you siege up, and you start to tech up. He needs to get his starport out. He needs to start getting some medevacs, and he needs to transition out of Hellbats, because at this point, you would think Matua is going to go, okay, you know what? Lings and Roaches, just not working. Maybe I ought to get some Hydras. Maybe I should have just let that Spire. I mean, he's probably punching himself right now. Hopefully, not too hard, but, you know, I mean, you know.
Roughing himself up a little bit, reminding himself he's alive.
Yeah, I mean, he must be thinking, like, why don't I just let that Spire finish, man? Just, 8 Mutalisk here just ends this game very quickly, but not so much anymore. Now he's putting his Spire down again. I don't know, Adam. This has all the tropings of a Zerg fail here. I just feel it in my soul that Fishman may just make it out of the comics, and we may see him on the silver screen. Or even the big screen. Oh, that's a lot of Ravager, though, Adam. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Ravager.
That's a whole lot.
There's a lot of mixtapes being prepped for delivery out of the back of Honda Civics right now in Matuka's base at the moment, Mr. Black, and really, so I mean, Fishman is in a better place, but he's not in such a better place that this is a clear cut.
Oh boy.
And Matuka, if he moves out right now and doesn't do something real dumb, this has got to be it, and the Spire will be finished on the back of this. So even if it isn't it, the next round is going to all but guarantee, I think, the win for Matuka.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he just can't handle this. It's 160 supply to 112. Yeah, he's got a couple of siege tanks, but this is just a whole lot of army at him. And if he drops down some fucking fire mixtapes, these tanks are going to die instantly. Those are all the roaches and some. He didn't kill those siege tanks for whatever reason, and I'm starting to get a little nervous here. Why in the tits did he take the fight the way he did? He's finally killing off. How do you have that many Ravagers and you don't kill 3 siege tanks by dropping the fire mixtapes at him? 160 supply just died very quickly. Managed to get rid of 1 command center, and that's it?
My man could have been dropping the Marshall Mathers LP, but instead he dropped my unreleased mixtape from 2004, and it didn't work, Mr. Black.
Oh, no. No, it didn't at all. Speaking of mixtapes, the first time I went to Vegas, there's these dudes that try and, like, sell you their mixtapes, like, as you're walking down the strip.
Of course.
And we ended up buying these mixtapes, and they're never for sale. You just got to donate money, right? There's not really a price. They're like, yeah, give me like 10 bucks or whatever. So anyway, we made the mistake of buying 1 mixtape off somebody, and then like all of his boys came running up, and Cam was there at the time, and Wayne and a bunch of us. So we ended up buying all these mixtapes, dude. We went back to the hotel. We're like, dude, we gotta listen to these mixtapes. We go into the hotel room, bro. 3 of the mixtapes had nothing on it. It was just a blank disc, and we went. And this was in 2014, right? So, and then the other one actually had music, but it was music from 2006. So like when we saw the files, it was all like 2006, and the other 3 had nothing on it. We got skamazed.
Skamazed on the strip. I was kind of hoping that there was going to be like, you know, just there was music, but it was just dog shit.
No, there was music, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it was old.
It was real old.
Oh, well.
How do
you have the economy? Well, it's quite simple, Fishman.
Yeah.
You never killed anything.
Yeah, I mean...
You never touched a single that you killed, what, like 3 drones?
Yeah.
On that push with those blue flame, you know, Hellions or Hellbats, you know, that was it. That right there, killed 3 of them. That was the show. That's how he has the economy for that. And he's got what, 5 bases?
If only Fishman, exactly. If only Fishman knew that he canceled the Spire and he would have been dead, like,
oh my god,
10 minutes ago.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just Matua was just slowly throwing over and over and over again. But thank God he finally made it happen. And Fishman said, enough is enough. I'm out of the cinematic universe. I'm going back into the vault, and I will never be seen again. It's all over for Fishman. And Matua, congratulations on the hard-earned victory. I have nothing else to add for this, Adam. I really don't.
I definitely have nothing.
Good.
Nothing.
I'm going to end it then. I'm just going to end it. Hit the like button, please. Thank you.